OK, c'est bien. Donc, il ne faut pas oublier comment on doit former. OK, il faut maîtriser l'imparfait. You have it here in English. That's the most important thing here. You take the new form of the verb and then you drop ONS. Il faut supprimer ONS et vous ajoutez AIS, AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ et AIENT. These are the endings for the imperfect tense. But when it comes to, you can equally form the imperfect tense by taking away, dropping INT from the present participle form of the verb. For instance, étant, if you take étant, you take away INT. So you can say j'étais, tu étais, elle était, nous étions, vous étiez, elles étaient. Simply because être is irregular. It doesn't follow the normal. You can't say, you don't have a word. You say nous sommes. En français, we want to say we are. Nous sommes étudiants. Nous sommes là. We are there. OK? Nous sommes Ghanaians. Nous sommes Togolais. We are Ghanaians. We are Togolese. If you want to, you can't get ONS. So we say some. SOMMAX in French, as you can see, nous sommes. So once it's nous sommes, you can't get nous sommes comme ça. On ne peut pas avoir ONS. So we are saying that for être is the only frame verb that is irregular in the imperfect, simply because you get ONS. You get ONS to drop the ONS, and then you add the appropriate endings of the imperfect tense. But you can, as I said, use the present participle form étant. Then once you know it that way, we drop INT so that you can say j'étais, tu étais, elle était, nous étions, vous étiez, elles étaient. Okay. So as usual, être means to be. So the past tense of to be, I was, you were, he or she was, and what have you. That's all that we should take note. Then you come to avoir. For avoir, you can say nous avons. Donc, si on peut dire nous avons, on peut supprimer ONS. On peut supprimer, you can take away ONS. If you take away or delete ONS, it becomes what? AV. Et on peut ajouter les terminaisons de l'imparfait en disant j'avais, tu avais, elle ou on avait, nous avions, vous aviez, elles avaient. C'est ça, c'est très simple comme ça. Donc il faut comprendre. Avez-vous des questions? Avez-vous des problèmes? Ou bien c'est bien compris? C'est bien compris? Alors, mes étudiants, avez-vous des questions? Avez-vous des problèmes?
Non, monsieur.
C'est bien compris? C'est bien compris? Is it understood?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui, monsieur.
Okay, if you have any question, raise your hand technologically or electronically. Then I'll call you to ask your question. Now, on continue. Check here. Verbs ending in GER take an AE, as you know, before A ou O. Par exemple, manger, voyager, ranger, arranger, nager. So c'est nous mangions, nous rangions, nous arrangions, nous nagions. So if it happens that way, okay, let me tap it here so that you see what I mean. You say, you can't say nous mangeons. You don't say that in French. You can't say this. You remember we did this, I don't know, last semester or so. So the correct form of man is what nous mangeons. Then you say nous rangeons. You say nous arrangeons, nous nageons. it follows the same pattern of manger when they're conjugating. So when you drop the ONS, we take away ONS. You just take away, why am I doing that? We take away ONS, then it becomes mange, as you can see. And then you add the appropriate in it so that you can see, it's okay, I use voyager. You take away the same verb, take away ONS, nous voyageons. If you take away ONS, then you can say, je voyageais, tu voyageais, elle voyageait, nous voyagions. Okay, vous voyagiez, elle voyageait. The same applies to mangeons, and then ranger. In fact, all the GER that you can think of. So take note of that. It's so simple. C'est très simple comme ça. But if you don't know it that way, and then you say that the verb, once you get this wrong, you come and write this. You can't be correct. You can't get it right. You can't take away. You don't know how to conjugate manger, voyager in the first person plural form. Nous mangeons, nous rangeons, and you know it to be nous mangeons. Then you come and write je manguais, tu manguais, et elle manguait. Ça, ce n'est pas le français, ça. Ce n'est pas le français. That cannot be French. Ce n'est pas le français. Ça ne peut pas être le français, mes étudiants. So don't make that mistake. It's nous mangeons, nous arrangeons, nous rangeons, nous voyageons, nous nageons. The E comes before ONS. The first person plural form of nous. First person plural form, nous. Donc, c'est bien compris? Allô, Millicent?
Oui, monsieur.
Oui, Millicent.
Oui, monsieur.
Good.
Monsieur, please, can you go back to the previous slide?
Here?
Okay. Monsieur, with the new no, please, yes. Then nous voyageons.
Nous voyageons.
Monsieur, I don't get the endings because the ending is ONS for no, right?
The ending is GEONS.
I mean the ending for no is ONS, right?
Yes.
So if we are adding it to the voyager, I don't get the I there. Why is it I instead of E?
Oh, sister. Like when it comes to the new where?
Yeah, that's exactly where the Keza is. Yeah.
You mean here?
Yes.
Very good. Very good. The point is, let's start here. The word is voya. Nous voyagions. I hope you understand that it should be nous voyagions. Do you understand that it should be nous voyagions like this?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. And then you take away ONS, and this becomes constant. You get it?
Yes, please.
So when it's constant like that, and then we are saying that when the verb follows, when the word follows, look at it, it takes an E before A or O. But if the word, the ending you are going to add does not follow or does not begin with A or O, okay, it doesn't take the E. But if you follow, if it's before A or O, then we are saying that it should take an E. So when you start here, the ending you are going to write, it starts with what? A. So it's correct. Look at the ending, the word A, because it says before A or O. You need to understand this very well, this point. Are you listening?
Yes, please.
Yes. So if the word you are going to, it follows A or O, then it should take E. The E should be there. So when you start the ending, we know the ending for first person singular, J. We say it must end of R-E-S. So because of the R, this E should be there. Now you come here, the second one too is I-E-S. Because of this R, it means the E, it should be there. Now you come to the third one is R-E-T. The A is there, so it must be there. Now, when you go to the ending for nu and vu, look at the ending. The ending, I hope I wrote it here, whether it starts with A or E. You should tell me. Can't look at the nu. It starts with what? Look at this. It starts with what?
I-O-N-S.
Very good. And then the second one, the second person plural, the vu, it starts with what?
I-E-Z. Okay.
Bien. And then the third person plural form, that is il or L, it starts with what?
A-I-E-N-T.
Very good. So it means that here, when you are going to write, the E should come before this. In other words, here too, because of this A, or in French, A, the E must come before you write this. You start with I-E-S.
Yeah.
Here too, because of the A, the E must come for the mangeon, rangeon, like the G-E-R verbs. Here too, the same, but when it comes to the nu, here it starts with I, the E shouldn't be there. So it should be nu mangeon. With the I is there, even getting you the Jean already. You don't need another Jean by adding E before you get the appropriate expression. You can come and write here like this. Ce n'est pas correct. It doesn't even look, doesn't appear correct. Doesn't appear correct. The way the vowels, that the E and then the this thing coming, doesn't sound correct. What makes you, what compares you to bring the E is the A. Is the A. If we're to be E, it can also compare in the same vein, just as you have here. The E, this E here, should bring the O-Ns. That is how it is. And it follows before A or O. A or O. Here it does not start with A. The ending doesn't begin with A or O. So you can bring E. Is that point clear?
Yes, please.
It
Thank
applies
you.
to all the GER verbs. All the GER verbs. C'est ça. Il faut comprendre ça bien. OK? Bon, on continue alors. Je crois que c'est bien compris maintenant. Now, when it comes to verbs ending in CER verb, you know, when we're doing the present tense form of the verb, we discuss it, commencer. Okay, nous commençons. When it follows, when it's before A or O, you need to hold. It must take a cédula, a sound cédille. There's a cédula. So I get a sound. Nous commençons, nous lançons, nous plaçons, nous annonçons. Without that, you are going to say nous lançons, nous commençons, nous plaquons. Ça, ce n'est pas le français aussi. Ce n'est pas, on ne peut pas accepter ça. Ce n'est pas correct. Ce n'est pas correct, les étudiants. So, the same applies to the verb, the CER verbs. CER verb. They take a cédula before A or O. So when it comes, you have here nous lançons. The present tense, you say nous lançons. You say nous lançons. Don't forget that. Nous lançons. And even applies to a nouns as well. Nous lançons. This is it. Then you drop the ONS. once you drop the ONS, then you bear in mind that any ending that you are going to write, that starts with what? Either A or O. You need to see to it that it should take a cedilla. This cedilla sign should be there. So you are going to write the ending starts of RES, definitely the cedilla should be there. You see, ye lance, tu lance, RES, the cedilla should be there. RET, the cedilla should be, because it starts with the ending begins with A. The ending begins with A. But when you come here, Millicent, the one who had the question, and all of you, listen carefully. But when you come here, the ending of the imperfect tense for the new form starts with what? E-O-N-S. I, as you may say in English, I-O-N-S. And because of that, it doesn't need the cedilla. So you do away with the cedilla. And once you even bring the I, it even gives you the sound nulansion, c'est ça. And here too, it begins with I. It doesn't begin with A. The ending does not start with A. And it doesn't start with what do you call it? O. So you can't say bring the cedilla. So vous lanciez. But when it comes here, the ending starts with what? R-E-A-N-T. The third person plural form of the imperfect tense of any verb should begins with R-E-A-N-T. So you can say lanque, lanque and lance. Which one sounds French? You see, you see how it is lanque, lance, lanque, lanque, lanque. Lanque, ce n'est pas français. On ne peut pas accepter ça en français, ce n'est pas correct. Mais on peut dire, il est lancé. That is it. And it applies to even nouns as well. Now take note of these words. For lo ga. Do you say lo garçon? No, do you say lo garçon? We don't say lo garçon. We say oh, lo garçon. Lo garçon. You see how it is? Is it because of this O? Because of this O, because this C, you see, because of this O, C and this, C and O, C and O. So it follows C like that or O like that. You need to change the C to a cedilla. That is why in French we have le garçon, but not le garçon. Even in nouns, it's applicable there. It's applicable. And then we have la lecon. Do you say la lecon? Do you say la le? Have you heard of this word before? La lecon. What is la lecon? It doesn't exist in French. Why? This shows that it's the form morphologiquement, ce n'est pas correct. Morphologically, if you look at the form of the word in the language. So that is it. Try to understand it very well. Okay. It's not just the nouns, not just the verbs. Okay, even in nouns, formation of nouns. Because of this O and then the C here, they can't be together like that. So you change this C to a cedilla so that you can say la leçon. Ça, c'est le français, pas la lecon. C'est bien compris? C'est bien compris, class? I hope you have understood now.
Oui, monsieur.
Très bien, c'est ça. Donc, on continue. So now the uses of the imperfect tense, you need to, okay, it is used to express a repeated or habitual action. Don't forget that. For example, je faisais mes devoirs le soir quand j'étais écolier. Je faisais mes devoirs le soir quand j'étais écolier. I used to do my homework every evening when I was what? A schoolboy or a child or people. Okay, le professeur rentrait. we say to use for a repeated action in the past. So I used to do like every evening. Every evening I had to do it. So you use the imperfect, it's a repeated action in the past. That's the point here. Yeah, further, I didn't do my assignment or homework once when I was a child or when I was a schoolboy. But every evening, you faisais mes devoirs le soir quand j'étais écolier. That is the point here. Donc, le professeur rentrait chez lui, prenait son journal et se mettait à lire sans dire un mot. The teacher returned to his house, returned to his house or returned home, took his newspaper and began to read without saying a word. It's repeated action. He returned home, took newspaper, started reading or began reading without saying a word. Repeated action in the past. Rentre, so you see the expression rentre. Rentre means to go home or return to wherever you are from or something. Prenez, to take. The present tense is the infinitive, prendre. So prenez, took. Okay. Se mette à lire, started, being the act, began to do something. Se mette, se mettre à lire. Okay. Ça, c'est un verbe pronominal. It's a reflexive verb. C'est un verbe pronominal. 2, it is used for description in the past. You want to describe something in the past. Example, il faisait froid. It was hot, it was cold. Okay. Il faisait froid, it was cold. Jean or John Atia Atenga travaillait fort quand il était petit. Quand il était petit, John Atia Atenga travaillait fort quand il était petit, quand il était petit, quand il était petit. John Atia Atenga used to work hard or worked hard when he was a small boy. I understand quand il était petit, when he was a small boy. Okay, so let me see if I can type that one here. Quand il était petit, okay. We do liaison obligatoire. Quand il, I hope you did that thing. Or il travaillait fort quand il était petit. He used to work hard when he was a small boy. Okay, so you can say il travaillait fort quand il était. We do liaison here, you don't say quand il était, non. On dit quand il était. Quand il est, quand on a faim, on mange. Quand on a faim, on mange. Quand on a soif, on boit de l'eau. Quand on est malade, on va à l'hôpital. Don't forget that. Okay? Donc, quand il, we do the liaison entre quand et il. Quand il était. Quand il était petit. Okay, il travaillait fort quand il était petit. Okay, he used to work hard when he was a small boy. So it's like something, saying something, describing something in the past. Il ne faut pas oublier ça. Bien. 3, it is used for progressive or simultaneous action in the past. Je faisais mon devoir quand il m'a donné le roman. Je faisais mon devoir quand il m'a donné le roman. Je faisais mon devoir quand il m'a donné le roman. Je priais quand il est venu. Je priais quand il est venu. Je mangeais quand il est sorti. Quand il est sorti. So we progressive, you know, we have simultaneous equation. But in the linguistics or in language to learning a language or in linguistics, pragmatically we have simultaneous expressions in the language where you say, I was doing my homework when he gave me, so 2 things. I was doing it when this one, okay, or when this thing happened, okay. I was doing my homework when he gave me the novel, okay, or the storybook. Mon ami travaillait quand je suis sorti. My friend was working when I went out. So you can see two clauses here, two actions taking place. Mon ami travaillait. My friend was working when I went out. I went out. When I went out, he was working. Can you call it that? When I went out, he was working. Okay. Je priais pendant qu'il jouait. Je priais pendant qu'il jouait. Je priais. Ou bien nous prions pendant qu'il jouait. OK? Il priait pendant qu'il jouait. Mon ami priait pendant que Kofi jouait. Il priait pendant qu'il jouait, mais I was praying while he was playing. I was praying while he was playing. So you can see two things happening at the same time. Okay, two things happening simultaneously or concurrently. Il ne faut pas oublier ça. C'est compris? So that is how we can take note of, and we can use to report as well. Okay, he says, I am coming. This is direct speech. He says, I am coming, direct speech. And then indirect speech will be heard. What will it be? I didn't write it here. Maybe I was trying to give an example. He says he was. So you can see that I was praying while he was what? Playing. And then for you to report, we can equally use it to report for a reported speech or indirect speech. When one says, so can somebody write it? He says, I am coming. This is direct speech. Can you report it? The indirect speech will be heard. The direct speech is what he says, I am coming. Can you see what I've highlighted? He says, I am coming. The answer will be what? Indirect speech will be heard. So the indirect speech will be heard. Yes? Tell me, you are reporting. He says, I am coming. Direct speech. Now we want the indirect speech or the reported speech. That, In English, this one is not French. Just tell me in English. He says, I am coming. Direct speech. Now we want the indirect speech form of I am coming. He says, I am coming. If you know, raise your hand and let's be fast. I'll let you. Wait, keep out. Can you raise your hand so that I can call you? Okay, Christiana. Christiana, on t'écoute. Christiana, on t'écoute. Dans ta réponse, on t'écoute. Christiana, on t'écoute.
He's coming.
Christiana, you raised your hand. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you. Did somebody hear what Christiana said?
No, monsieur.
Okay. So what are you saying? I think she raised her hand. She wanted to answer the question. So this is the question I want you to answer. Somebody should raise their hand and then you answer that question for us. I want you to understand. We use that imperfect tense when it comes to reported speech as well. So it is used for indirect or reported speech in the past. And I want you to understand this present tense form of the direct speech. And then we move on to the past. That is the reason for asking you to change this for me to hear. He says, I am coming. Haven't you come across this construction before? He says, I am coming. And then we want you to report it. I hope you did it in senior high before coming to this university. Allez-y, je vous écoute. Oui, mes étudiants, qui parlent? This one is in English. Tell us in English so that I want you to understand it. I'll explain it to you from that angle so that you get an understanding without any difficulty. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to say anything? Okay, then I'm going to call you by your name because I won't do that. I'm a teacher by profession. So when I mention your name, you answer quickly. If I mention your name, just answer. You unmute and talk. Emmanuel Asumani. Emmanuel Asumani.
Monsieur.
Wait. Onteku, Babi, answer the question.
Monsieur. So it will be.
Yes, Babi.
I'm not coming.
Again? Emmanuel.
Monsieur, I'm not coming.
You are not?
I'm not.
Oh, what are you saying? I didn't get you. Check your network and come again. Emmanuel has gone.
Monsieur,
yes, what
can
are
you
you
hear me?
saying? Yes.
Monsieur, I'm saying that it will be, I'm not coming.
I am not coming as the indirect speech. No. I am not coming. I am not coming as indirect speech. No, that is not it. Ce n'est pas correct. Esther Tete. Esther Tete. I want you to get the understanding. That's the reason for doing all this. So talk. Esther. Esther is not talking. Okay, Felix, Barney. If I call you, I don't answer -5. Felix, Barney. Felix Barney too is not saying anything.
Monsieur.
Wait. Answer the question quickly. Yes. Again. Felix Barney. Can you answer the question?
Monsieur.
Oui. Oui, vas-y, je suis ici. You people don't want to answer the question, eh? Okay. Millicent Amankwa. Nana Wilson. Wait.
Sir, I am in a house. I cannot hear anything very well. I'm coming from the office.
You are Millicent.
Yes. Please come again.
Are you Millicent?
Hello?
Am I talking to Millicent?
No, you are talking to Nana Wilson. Sorry, sir. Let me go.
Okay. So, but once you can hear me now, you should be able to answer the question. Eh? My people. Okay, Theophilus, Jansen. Theophilus, Jansen. Theophilus. Oh, just this question, you people, you have disappointed me.
Sir, Mr. Theophilus net is gone.
Okay, Stella. Stella,
Miss Way,
wait.
please, can you ask the question again?
This is the question.
My network was not correct.
Can you all see what I've highlighted here?
Is there?
Can you see what I've highlighted here from the
Yes,
screen?
please.
Can you see what I've just highlighted? He says,
Yes.
I am coming. This is direct speech. Direct speech. And I want you to report this. I want you to give the equivalent form for all in the indirect speech or reported form. This is the question. I want you to change this to the reported speech or indirect
Can
speech.
you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Please hear me.
I didn't get you, senior. Come again. Your network is very bad. I can't hear. Wait. Hello?
Monsieur, please, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you now.
So it will be, he said he was coming.
Again?
He said he was coming.
He said he was coming. No, ce n'est pas correct. Ce n'est pas correct. Wait.
He was coming.
Who is talking? I can't hear.
Monsieur, this is Dina.
Yeah, Dana, Bazi.
Monsieur, he said that he's going to come.
He said that he's going to come. You have changed the whole construction.
Thank you.
Let's report it as it is. You have tried, but you have changed. He said that he was going to come. You have changed it. Ce n'est pas ça. Ce n'est pas ça.
Yes,
Robert,
He said he will be
Kwadu.
coming.
Again?
He said he will be coming.
He said will be coming. Okay, let me move on. You people are wasting time. Now, let's see. It means you don't understand all that indirect speech. This is the construction. Take note of this very well. This one is in English. I'm not teaching you English, but for now, I think I have to teach you English small before I move on to the French. Now, look at this. This is what is termed as the introductory part of direct speech. He says, and this is what the exact words from the one who spoke. That is he. From the one, the exact word. That's why we see the words in quotation marks. And once we see in quotation marks, that is what a direct speech from the speaker or the one who uttered who gave the utterance or the speech. And if you see the introductory part to be in the present tense form like this, you don't need to come and change this one to past. You need to maintain the present tense. And then the indirect speech too, you need to change just the personal pronoun there, or the subject pronoun, I, to the correct form of it. So you just have to say, and maintain the same tense. The same tense, if the introductory part is present, in the indirect speech must also be present. Not to come and say he said that or he says that he was coming. No. Donc, ça doit être he says that. Even that can even be optional. That can even be optional. You can say he says, then it's present. Who is talking? He. So he says he is coming. This is it. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. But if it were to be like he said, and then the same sentence, take note of this. So that when it comes to French, you should understand it very well when I ask you to translate. Okay. Oh, I thought I copied too. I'm copying something and there. Okay, I want to copy this. Now, this is he said, I am coming. This is also direct speech. Direct speech. But this time, you can see that he said. But here, he says. Please, can you take note of the difference? Here is, he says. But this is, he said. But the same direct speech, I am coming. I am coming. Take note. If it happens that because the introductory part is in the past, here too must be past. So you need to say, he said that he was coming, or he said he was coming. This one will be the answer. Because you maintain, he said that, or he said he was coming. He was coming. Yeah. Now, let's move on to French and see if we can translate this into French. It's so simple. It's so simple. If you can translate this to French. He says, I am coming. So the French will be what? Il dit qu'il vient. I'm writing the French now for the start because that's our focus, not English, because we find it difficult as I was compared to come there. He says, il dit. Il dit, il vient. Somebody is asking a question, but I can't hear you. Please check your network and come again. Il dit, il vient. So now you have understood the English. Let me put it here. The equivalent. So, il dit, il vient. Il dit, il vient. Il dit, il vient. So, if we are to this thing, it's the same. So, just say, il dit, qu'il. It's supposed to be like this. And then this il. But because of this, he says that this E, you drop this and bring apostrophe. Il dit qu'il vient. We did this. He says he's coming. He says that he's coming. Now you come here, the indirect form, he said, the indirect form. Oh, I've even done it, so that's all. Il dit, il vient. Then if you are to report it, I should have written it here for you. This way I should have, let me take it from here. Because you have it already, the English one here. So this is the indirect. He says that he is coming. So the French will be what? Il dit qu'il vient. Il dit qu'il vient. This is the French one for the indirect speech. And now, passé composé, now past, we are dealing with. He said, il a dit. We have not done passé composé yet, but take note of this. Il a dit, il vient, the same construction. Once we are done with the passé composé, we'll be able to do a very great job. Okay, so il a dit. The same expression, il vient. Il vient, comme ça. He said, I am coming. Now, you have here, he said that the answer is off. He said that he was coming. So now he said that in French. Il a dit qu'il. This, as usual, it's supposed to be kill like this, but this il, but so you drop this. Il a dit qu'il. Qu'il quoi? Il a dit qu'il quoi? Qu'il venait. Qu'il venait. Now, this is imperfect tense. Qu'il venait. He said that he was coming. Qu'il venait. That is what we are doing now, the imperfect tense. Qu'il venait. So, venir, nous venons. You drop the ONS, then you say qu'il venait. Il venait, tu venais, elle venait, nous venons. What have you done? You have qu'il venait as the third person singular. C'est compris? So look at more, we have more examples here. It is used for indirect speech or reported in the past. Example, elle a dit, je suis fatigué. He said, I am tired. Elle a dit qu'il était fatigué. He said that he was tired. So I won't bother you so much. Refer to this. I have a paper online teaching reported speech in Ghana. You can type teaching reported speech in Ghana by Owusu Tabiri. Some of you may know this author. If you don't know him, when you go there, you get to know him. He wrote a paper, and the title of the paper is Teaching Reported Speech in Ghana. If you go through it, it will help you very well in English. So I want to advise you all to consult. Just type, you go online, you search Teaching Reported Speech in Ghana by Michael. The name is there, as you can see. And then you will get to know more of that, how to construct that in English correctly. Elle a dit, je vais en ville. He said, I am going to town. Elle a dit qu'il allait en ville. This is imperfect. Qu'il allait en ville. Allait, allait, qu'il allait en ville. Ma mère a dit, je suis française. My mother said, I am French. Ma mère a dit qu'elle était française. So take note of these constructions. Take note of them. Le professeur a dit, je suis enseignant-chercheur. Le professeur a dit, je suis enseignant-chercheur. The teacher said, I am a teacher, come researcher. I am a teacher, come researcher. Good. Le professeur a dit qu'il était enseignant-chercheur. 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 Teacher said that he was a teacher, come researcher. So the imperfect tense he used to describe people, scenes, actions, or conditions in the past. So it can also be termed as well the descriptive tense. Descriptive tense. Très bien. Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez poser. If you have any question, you can ask. OK. Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez poser. Je vous écoute. C'est la fin. Avez-vous des questions? Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez poser. Mes étudiants, avez-vous des questions? If you have questions, issues, you can ask before we bring our discussion to a close. Avez-vous des questions? Any question? Allô? Avez-vous des questions? Pas de questions?
Non, monsieur.
C'est-à-dire, c'est bien compris? C'est bien compris? Is it well understood? C'est bien compris? Si c'est bien compris, c'est très bon. C'est très, très important de comprendre. Hein? C'est très, très important d'étudier l'imparfait and how to use l'imparfait correctement. You need to know how to use that correctly. Bon, merci bien.